If you feel like you're stuck in life, when you see other people, your friends, it's like they have everything figured out. They're successful in their careers, they're doing so well, achieving things left and right. They have great family lives, great relationships, and you, it's like you're in the middle of nowhere. Maybe this video is for you. And I did this specifically for me a few years ago. I was overwhelmed with work. I really wanted to achieve a lot of things. I was yearning for that promotion. And it seems like it was out of reach. I didn't know where I was, and I didn't know exactly where I wanted to go. And I guess over the years, I just developed this framework. And when people ask me for advice, I kind of gave them this framework or this way of thinking. And I forgot where I read it, but I kind of took inspiration from that learning and I made it my own. But basically, you have to start with who you are. Simon Sinek said, start with why. That's for brands, that's for companies, that's great. But as individuals, as people, you need to start with who. Who are you? What's your story? And I guess that's what this video is about. It's about self discovery, uncovering who you truly are and who you are meant to be. The reason why you can't answer why, or you can't start with why, is because the answer isn't within you, right? You can't ask a machine what it's meant to do because you didn't create the machine. The inventor created the machine. And for us, our creator made us, our God made us, and only He can know your why. That's why for you, it's so much easier to start with who. So, what's this framework? In technology and digital, I I really like taking inspiration from the things I'm passionate about. So in digital, of course, when you're using Waze, when you're using Google Maps, there's this thing called GPS, and GPS would tell you where you are in that map. It's not just in tech or in apps. For me, GPS is in our lives as well. So, what does GPS stand for? It's not Global Positioning System, it's gifts, pains, and secrets. Let's start with gifts. G stands for gifts. So gifts are the blessings that the Lord has given you. Everything that you're born with, your talents, your skills, the opportunities that are presented in front of you, the things you're naturally good at, those are your gifts. Those are God given. Those are the things that make us unique. So, for example, for athletes, they're gifted with athletic abilities, the athleticism, vertical jump. We look at athletes like Michael Phelps, gifted with big feet, the wingspan, the height, big lungs. When we look at the greatest minds, gifted with high IQ, brain capacity, memory, all of these things. So, what are your gifts? And I recommend list it down because it's very different if you have it in your head and if you articulate it and you can say it out loud. List it down. What are your gifts? And it can be something that you're born with, really great parents, a home filled with love, great friends around you. Those are all gifts, right? So think about it. Think about it very clearly. What are your gifts? What are the God-given abilities that are given to you? And everyone has this. You can't be born without any gift. What's that one skill wherein your friends would ask you to do? To them, it's very hard, but for you, it's so easy. In fact, you have fun doing it because you're so good at it. Effortless, second nature. Everyone has that. What are your gifts? So that's G, gifts. Number 2, pains. P stands for pains. What are your pains? What are the challenges that you are going through? What are the problems that you face in life? Because these pains, these challenges, the obstacles that we have in life, actually can be your source of purpose. The reason why we are going through these things is so that we become stronger, we learn from them, we overcome them, and we can eventually help other people who are going through the same thing. Imagine paying it forward. You are in the best position to help the person you once were. What are your pains? I heard somewhere, I think it was a podcast episode or I read it from an article. Pain is just a signal that you're alive. Pain is just a signal that you're alive. Because you can mold your reality, you have the ability to make your own decisions. But pain is a signal that we are all living. So choose your pain, choose your heart. I might be butchering that quote, but to me it was very touching at that specific moment in my life. And those things just, build up to motivate me to keep going. Think about it very clearly. What are your pains? If you apply this to your work, many industries, many roles are occupied by so many people. You think of doctors, how many doctors are there? Lawyers, how many lawyers are there? Salespeople for a certain industry or product, how many people are there? So the advice is, don't differentiate by what you do. So that's very hard. You need to be the best. You always need to keep upskilling. Don't differentiate by what you do. Differentiate by who you are. What's your story? What are the pains that you had to overcome? Just as a bad example, if you're talking about personal finance, saving, and investing, won't you be in a really good position to talk about this if you were once a big spender, if you were a shopaholic? Because how many people can relate to you thinking that they couldn't save, they couldn't allocate for their emergency fund, they can't invest because they are addicted to spending. So they need your help. You are in the best position to help them because you once did it. See how beautiful that is? And of course, that leads me to the last letter, S. S is for secrets. What are the things that only you know? It can be an intersection of your skills. It can be something that gives you an unfair advantage, opportunistic, or something that gives you an edge, keeps you competitive. What are your secrets? Again, if you're an athlete, what's your signature move? Just as a bad example, if let's say you're a swimmer again, like Michael Phelps, if you can really hold your breath the longest and you don't need to go up for air, what if you can just do your freestyle from the end to end of a swimming pool? I don't know, something like that. But that's an unfair advantage. That gives you an edge that no one else can have. right? Gifts are, in a way, generic, but secrets are much more unique, much more personal, something that you can really own. I mentioned earlier it can be an intersection of skills. One thing that comes to mind is if you're in corporate and you need to do, these presentations, or you need to present to the higher ups or the management committee, won't you be so incredibly valuable to the team if you're the one who's really good in numbers, but also spectacular in presenting and in storytelling? Isn't that such an amazing combination? You're really good at the numbers in Excel, in bringing out the data analytics, but at the same time, composing and putting the numbers together to create a cohesive story that can lead to actionable decisions and actionable results for the team. Isn't that incredible? Those are the secrets. And again, this is not something that you will just discover in an instant. You need to really study it. You need to open yourself up to what you're capable of. And you just need to be open to the opportunities presented to you. Just as a stretch, as a side note, all of the big skills, whether you're in your corporate job, whether you're an athlete, a salesperson, a freelancer, all the big skills that you can think of, you can boil it down into micro skills. What am I talking about? Let's say communication is a really big skill, and to be a high value person, you need to be able to communicate well, right? But how do you start being good at communication? You try to break it down. You break it down to the most nuclear level, like, right, responding to messages. How do you compose your messages? Answering questions. How do you articulate when someone asks you for an update or asks you something about your line of work? Do you just go straight to the point, or do you set the premise, try to explain a bit from top to bottom, or based on context, it's bottom to top? Those things, when you build it up and do it consistently, you will just achieve the bigger skills. Right? So, again, when you're feeling stuck, when you don't know where to go, try to go back and know where your starting point is, your GPS. And we're always evolving, right? Our stories are never done until we're done. So our GPS moves as well. So it would be nice if you take this framework further and, make it your own, because it's never stagnant. We are always evolving. Hopefully, you're always growing, always learning, just how I am. Let's be students of life for life. So I guess I just end this video here. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you like videos like this, very raw, I know I'm a bit rusty in front of the camera, but I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying to also build up the skill of public speaking, trying to eliminate my filler words. So if you appreciate this, please share it with a friend or a family member. Again, if you like videos like this and you want to see, future videos from me, please subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell as well if you want more of me and for you to see my future videos. If you want to have me talk about something else, or if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. I'll try my best to respond to them either through comment, or maybe I can even make a video just for you. So this has been a great experience for me so far. I hope you're enjoying as well. Again, my name is Enro Mendoza. This is my YouTube channel, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.